Two grown men, co-workers, football fans, zero expertise. Mike, George. Since there's nothing else on TV, sit back, relax, and see what happens when two guys who work at the cable company steal 30 minutes of local access time while no one is looking on a channel that nobody's watching. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
It's Friday night, 8 o'clock. This is the Mike and George Experiment.
Welcome to the show, folks.
How are you doing, George?
I'm doing good.
Good to see you.
And I wanted to say something about something. I want to tell you happy birthday.
Oh, well, thank you.
And did you get my gift?
No.
Okay, it's coming. Don't worry. Matt, did you give him your gift?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay. See this balloon up here? That's your gift.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It was a very nice birthday. Very nice.
Cool. Very cool. You got a new game.
Got a new game, got some clothes. Somebody made dinner for me.
Wow.
My
Lara?
son.
That was you? That's nice. That's so sweet. But again, I just wanted to say happy birthday.
Well, thank you. Thank you
And
very
you know,
much.
it's
I had a
you
very
don't look
nice
a day
dinner.
over.
I had a very nice dinner with my family last night, and boy, I got so much feedback on Facebook.
Yeah, did
people,
you?
Just
Awesome.
sending birthday messages, and
Fantastic.
thank you.
Fantastic.
Great week in football.
No, it's not.
The
It's
NFL. It didn't lack excitement, but it sure lacked logic.
Right. Except to Matt.
Well,
Matt had the perfect logic for it. And we're going to go into that a little later.
let's.
But I don't
let's
think we're
put off
even
that
going
pain.
to list Matt anymore. I think that's it. We're embarrassed enough.
If you want to look skinny, you hang out with fat people, right?
There you go. And he's fat. Pretty hot and tempting.
If you don't want to look stupid,
Yeah, you hang out with Matt. That's right. Or you do hang out with Matt.
hang out with
You do
stupid
hang out with
people.
Matt. But he's doing real well, and this week was horrible on my part, I know.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
Start with the college.
Hey, there was college.
was really good.
There were some good games.
There were. USC 31, Oregon State 14.
Wow. Yeah.
As you can tell, I'm just going to rip through these. Mississippi State 16, South Carolina 34, the team that will not die. Michigan 6, Michigan State 29. Navy 34, Notre Dame 38. Auburn 35, Arkansas 17.
Really? Okay.
Oklahoma 52, Texas Tech 34. Saw some of that. Miami 14, Florida State 41.
Florida State's a juggernaut.
The world's
Whatever
largest
that means.
cocktail party, Georgia 23, the Florida Gators 20.
And I watched a little bit of, actually quite a bit of that. So
was a
I
fun
enjoyed
game.
that. It was really good, except for the coaching decisions.
Yeah, I think that made all the difference
that was
at the end.
That was the difference in the end.
And then Northwestern 24, Nebraska 27. Nebraska won it on the last play of the game with a Hail Mary to the end zone, bounced off a few guys, and one of the players in the end zone grabbed it, caught it, game over, Nebraska wins. Very exciting.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody
Exciting
will
finish.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Somebody that starts with a D and works at the Exxon station.
Yeah. So
BCS standings. We're just going to do the BCS standings this week, folks. Number 1, Alabama. Number 2, Florida State.
Right.
3, Oregon. And that's changing again.
Keeps
Ohio
going
State.
back and forth.
5, Stanford. 6, Baylor. 7, Clemson. 8, Missouri. 9, Auburn. And number 10, Oklahoma.
Wow. Yeah, and it's fun watching all of those teams play.
Right? Exactly.
And we've got some good games coming up this week. Thursday
good.
night game this week. Hopefully you watched it last night. Oregon
Number
at
3,
Stanford.
Oregon.
Right.
At number 5, Stanford.
Well, yeah. Number 3 in the BCS, but number
Right.
2 in the AP. So Oregon at Stanford, Auburn at Tennessee,
Yeah.
Vanderbilt at Florida,
Yeah.
Fresno State at Wyoming. Should be a fun game. USC at Cal, Colorado at Washington.
Big game coming up. This is
LSU at Alabama.
Alabama. Yeah, that's going to be a big game. And
Roll Tide.
Yeah, roll tide, roll, as Michael would say.
Right.
Really loud. So, yeah, good.
So that's all I've got for college. And, well,
there we go.
Why don't we
are so good.
come on back after this message. We got some more.
Welcome back. We're going to go right into the NFL. And Mike, you have some pretty depressing news.
Well, last week was an exciting week.
God, it was just
I just
incredible.
want to congratulate you and Matt.
I want to congratulate Matt.
I went 6-7 on my picks. Yeah, I don't think in the history of the show I ever had a losing week like that.
Semi-professionals, we should do much better than that.
You went 7-6.
Really?
So
I broke 500.
you and I are now tied up
Just
at
like
84
that,
and 49.
Really good. And
But how
of
about
course,
this?
Matt is pulling
Matt,
away.
He is. Matt went 9-4.
Yeah!
Matt Kruskin Campbell.
We will have no freaking pictures of Matt anymore.
We got more feedback, more reaches on Matt's picture holding the pumpkin on our Facebook page than all of our shows, except the Halloween show.
That's right. I think
maybe he should be in front of the camera.
Maybe he should be in the front of the camera and he should be doing the
camera.
picks. We'll call it the Matt and Matt experiment.
But Matt went 9-4. He's 91-42. So he's 7 games ahead of us. So because you and I are so bad, we're not going to waste your time
making any picks this week.
With our picks. Because
That's it.
Clearly, we don't know what we're talking about. You could flip a coin and do better than us. So
actually, yeah, you could probably consult a dog and they could probably tell you.
But George, let me just tell you.
Can I tell you one thing though?
No.
I don't mind. I don't mind getting them wrong. No one gets them all right. But I hate it when a team I picked to win gives up the most touchdown passes in NFL history. I mean, come on. Matt picked that one too, though, by the way.
I do want to point out that we get a fair amount of emails and we never seem to be able to get them all in. But this one was just too good. So we're going to read this rather than our picks.
Because you'll go just the opposite and you'll be fine.
So this is from my sister-in-law, Amy. She sent me this from a website called tigerdroppings.com. It's a story. All right, here we go. Just over halfway through the flight, all the coffee in my stomach feels like it's percolating its way down my lower intestines. I hunker down and try to focus on other things. What feels like an hour, but probably isn't more than 20 minutes, passes when we then enter what turns out to be pretty violent turbulence. With each bounce, I have to fight my body, trying not to shit my pants. 30 minutes into the 30 minutes to landing, maybe 45. I try and tell myself each jostle a gamble I can't afford to lose. I signal to the flight attendant and she heads toward me. Excuse me, where's the bathroom? Because I don't see a door. I ask while still devoting considerable energy to fighting off what starts to feel like someone shook a seltzer bottle and shoved it up my ass. She looks at me bemused and says, well, we don't really have one per se. She continues, technically we have one, but it's really just for emergencies. Don't worry, we're going to be landing shortly anyway. I'm pretty sure this qualifies as an emergency, I managed to mutter through my grimace. I can see the fear in her face as she points nervously to the back seat. The turbulence outside is matched only by the cyclone that is ravaging in my bowels. She points to the back of the plane and says, there, the toilet is there. For a brief instant, relief passes over my face. She continues, if you pull away the leather cushion from the seat, it's under there. There's a small privacy screen that pulls up around it, but that's it. At this point, I was committed. She had just lit the dynamite and the mine shaft was set to blow. I turned to look where she was pointing, and I get the urge to cry. I do cry, but my face is so tightly clenched, it makes no difference. The toilet seat is occupied by the CFO. That is our frickin' client. Our frickin' female frickin' client. Up to this point, nobody has observed my struggle or my exchange with the flight attendant. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. That's all I can say as I limp toward her like Quasimodo impersonating a penguin and begin my explanation. Of course, as soon as my competitors see me talking to the CFO, they all perk up to find out what the hell I'm doing. Given my jovial nature and fun-loving attitude thus far on the roadshow, almost everybody thinks I'm joking. She, however, knows right away that I am anything but and jumps up, moving quickly to where I had been sitting. I now had to remove the seat top. No easy task when you can barely stand upright and are getting tossed around like a hood rat at a block party and are fighting against the gastrointestinal Mount Vesuvius. I managed to peel back the leather seat to find a rather luxurious-looking commode with a nice cherry or walnut frame. It had obviously never been used, ever. Why this moment of clarity came to me, I do not know. Perhaps it was the realization that I was going to take this toilet's virginity with a fury and savagery that was an abomination to its delicate craftsmanship and quality. I imagined some poor Italian carpenter weeping over the violently soiled remains of his once beautiful creation. The lament lasted only a second as I was quickly back to concentrating on the tiny muscle that stood between me and molten hot lava. I reached down to pull up the privacy screens with only seconds to spare before I erupt. It's an Alka-Seltzer bomb. Nothing but air and liquid spraying out in all directions. A Jackson Pollock masterpiece. The pressure is now reversed. I feel like I'm going to have a stroke. I push so hard to end the relief, the tormented sublime relief. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My apologies do nothing to drown out the heinous noises that seem to carry on and reverberate throughout the small cabin indefinitely. If that's not bad enough, I have one more major problem. The privacy screen stops right around shoulder level. Here I am sitting there, a disembodied head, in the back of the plane on a bucking bronco for a toilet, all the while looking at my colleagues, competitors, and clients directly in the eyes. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain, briefly comes to mind. I literally could reach out with my left hand and rest it on the shoulder of the person adjacent to me. It was virtually impossible for him or any of the others, and by others I mean high-profile business partners and clients, to avert their eyes. They squirm and try not to look, inclined to do their best to carry on and pretend as if nothing out of the ordinary was happening. That they weren't sharing a stall with some guy crapping his intestines out, releasing smelly, sweaty shame at 100 feet per second. I'm so sorry, is all the ashamed, disembodied head can say over and over again. Not that it mattered. Thank you, Amy, for sending
That was
in.
nice. I didn't think a young kid that did Amy's pick. Oh, it's Ava's picks. I thought, okay. That is good. That is good. Now,
So
she's the,
that's what you get. So we don't have
That's
to waste your
what you
time with
get.
our picks.
That's right.
Come on back.
Our
after
picks
this.
are too. Welcome back to the highbrow episode of Mike and George Experiment.
How embarrassing.
Hey,
huh?
no, it's awesome. It's
For that
awesome.
guy. For that guy on the
Oh,
plane. I
yeah.
mean.
Oh, that was a guy? I thought that was a girl. That was funny. We're going to go right to the NFL here. We got some picks for you. You can see the rest of them on our website. But we got about six or seven games to pick, and we'll go right to Thursday night.
All right.
Mike. What do we got? Washington and Minnesota.
Right.
I want to see who you're picking.
I'm picking Washington. which means Minnesota will win.
Well, exactly. Okay, and I'm picking.
Both of these teams looked pretty good last week.
They did. They did. Hey,
Washington's favorite.
how about that last run by Adrian Peterson?
Yeah.
Awesome. I mean, but I still don't think they can beat Washington. I think Washington's got
right.
it. How about let's go to Buffalo and Pittsburgh. Let's do that one.
All right.
That's my upset of the week.
Look, both these teams are struggling.
They are.
And they both look really bad.
They do.
They looked a little better this weekend, but I don't know. Maybe Buffalo doesn't look as bad. They have a slightly better record, 3-6 or something.
They
like
do. Yeah, something.
But Pittsburgh's at home, and I think that with that extra push, I'm picking Pittsburgh.
Okay, and I'm calling that my upset because I think Buffalo's going to win that one.
Okay.
My game of the week.
Carolina at San Francisco.
Carolina is looking really, really good.
They are.
And I took San Francisco, though.
So did I. Here's my upset. I'm taking Houston over Arizona against.
All right. I'm taking Arizona. So we're really diverging this week. Somebody's going to go down.
I just thought Houston looked really good.
They did.
The first half of the game, they jumped out.
And then their coach goes down, and it kind of went down the crapper from
But
there.
I think they're going to have it together this week.
That's
my upset.
Okay, and then of course we've got my team playing Denver in San Diego.
I'm taking
San
Denver.
Diego, and I'm taking San Diego.
Are you really?
I am. I'm going.
Good.
I'm going. Dallas at New Orleans.
I'm taking New Orleans, but I don't know that they're going to beat Dallas.
I'm taking New Orleans too, but I think Dallas can beat them. But I'm still thinking at home. How about the last one, Monday night, Miami at Tampa Bay?
I struggled with this game because I know Miami's lost a couple guys off their line, but Tampa Bay hasn't won a game.
And they got that big Richie Incognito thing going on and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But I'm still picking Miami.
So am I. The way I looked at it was you can have guys fill in on the line, and that will be a bonding thing for that team as it exists after last week.
And I think they'll get together.
But it's going to be a lot harder for a team without a win to come and win, even though they're at home. I'm taking Miami.
Okay, and I am too. Avis picks, or should we come back for that? We're going to come back for that.
We'll come back.
Come on back.
Come on back.
Join us. Come on down. Okay.
Welcome back to the Mike and George experiment. Hey, George, how about Ava's picks?
Did we get those this week?
Come on,
All
right there.
then.
She went 3-3 last week.
Oh, 3-3. Come on, Ava. You got to do better than that. Come on. Alabama over LSU.
All right.
Baylor over Oklahoma. Arizona Cardinals over the Texans. San Francisco over the Panthers, the Carolina Panthers. Colts over Rams. And her upset is Stanford over Oregon.
Oh.
There's another. She's the.
Boy, I like that.
I do. I want it to happen. But,
so do I.
Okay. So what time is it?
It's time for George's True False Shootout.
All right, Mike. Here we go. We got the race for the number one pick is down to 3 teams now, I think, and it may be for the rest of the season. Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, with Minnesota now knocking on the back door.
And Pittsburgh not too far behind.
No, they're not too far behind, but I think they've got a little more going than any of these other 3 teams. But,
that's true.
But they could still be right there. But I think that's true.
There's no debating that.
No. But if you had,
clear.
But you gave me another team that might be in the mix. So okay,
right.
Okay. It's time. It's safe to say that Rex Ryan of the Jets and Ron Rivera of Carolina are no longer on the hot seat.
I would agree with that statement. Say it's true.
For the most part.
We had a lot of fun making fun of Rex Ryan, but what a game.
That was a great game, but I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure about Rex Ryan's team. I'm pretty sure about Carolina, but I'm still not sure about Rex Ryan.
All right.
I still think they're a train wreck, for God's sakes.
That's why we love them.
That's why we love them. Okay.
All right.
Okay. And here's something kind of interesting. The old guard at quarterback are having a hell of a year. And we're talking about the guys that have been around for a while versus the young studs like Wilson and, the younger Kaepernick and that sort of thing. And we're talking about the quarterbacks we're talking about. Peyton Manning has to be really right up there, but Phillip Rivers is right behind him. Tony Romo, Aaron Rodgers, and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I think they're all having really good years.
Brady's struggling, but not because of his abilities.
Right.
But yeah.
But I think he's still carrying
that
team. I still think he's carrying that team to a certain. Romo, he's always Romo, but he's still got a 66.2 completion percentage. So I think he's doing really, really well. So that's the true. Okay. So we got some. So true. So much discussion. I love it.
All right.
Okay. All right. Well,
I got an email.
We got an email to
from
go
Christopher.
over. Okay.
If you want to send us an email, you can send it to themgexp@gmail.com. Christopher writes, I have a question for George.
Oh, my God.
Is the Chargers' loss to the Redskins solely on the coaching staff for the play calls at the 6-inch line at the end of the game?
I think it's very much on the coaching staff, and I think it's been, if you've read the rags this week and that sort of thing, I think there's been a lot of second guessing of Mike McCoy's stuff down there because we didn't see Ryan Matthews at the goal line. We saw Danny Woodhead. Then we tried 2 passes, and
what's wrong with Danny Woodhead? He's fantastic.
Not a thing, but they gave it to him once, and he just didn't do it. So you don't run anymore. You try to pass, and Washington was just defending the pass perfectly down there.
I think they did try to run a couple of times.
Just once.
I thought they broke it up. I thought they tried another one.
Yeah.
Another run. I'm not saying it was Matthews, but I thought they did 2 runs
Matthews wasn't
and 2
in.
passes.
Matthews wasn't even in, and I think that's one of the things that they were questioning. Matthews is a good running back. He's been doing better down there at the goal line. He's got some touchdowns.
So you blame the coach?
I think it was poor coach. No, actually, I blame Wisenhunt because he's the offensive coordinator, and I think they should have been a lot more aggressive. They played to tie, and they lost. So that's my opinion of that one.
Well, congratulations to the Redskins.
Hail the Redskin. Isn't there some kind of stupid song like that?
Thanks for tuning into the show. As I said before, you can email us at themgexp@gmail.com. You can catch our episodes on Facebook, YouTube, and now altitude.tv. That's right. We're proud to be affiliated with Altitude Sports.
That's right.
When you go to their website, click on About Us, and then click on Affiliate Corner, and there we are.
And folks, you'll be happy to know that Matt is coming from behind the camera, and we're going to have him more on film now. So you'll be very excited. He'll be holding two pumpkins next
call
week.
him a moron.
Is that what? Oh, sorry, Matt.
His name is Matt Kreskin Campbell.
Matt Kreskin Campbell.
Right.
Matt,
have a great football week, everybody.
Way to go. We're all happy for you. Well, some of us are anyway. Keep it going. Well, okay. I have one more pick here.
I love that you have to search through all of this crap to find something.
Well, I didn't. Did you see me go right on that Charger story?